Hello, we are at the second part of auto answering product questions from reviews talk. Unlike the high level overview in the previous part, this part we will have actual use cases which motivate some of the techniques in each of these papers we are reviewing now. And also they will have some qualitative results from experiments done with the methods and techniques proposed and systems implemented. Um, First, what is subjective question answering? Binary questions with yes or no answers, which typically try to assess or evaluate whether a particular product meets a certain criteria or satisfies some expectation and kind of deliver some judgment to influence a purchase decision. Also, it could be questions which need opinions or qualitative assessment, not answerable using knowledge bases from product descriptions or discover personal customer needs and preferences. And answering such questions also helps address starvation, maybe augment existing answers. You can leverage personal experience of others and handle some unique use cases and failure scenarios, and maybe even propose some plausible alternatives for short, incomplete, or unrelated answers. Examples on the left-hand side is the Canon EOS Rebel T5i worth the extra $200+ to get as a starter camera, or should I just go with the cheaper T3i? Is the padding good enough to have strong protection? Can I use iPhone 4S with Parrot MKI 9000 Bluetooth car kit for iPad? Will the color fade when cleaning? So you get the drift. These are subjective questions. How do we answer them? So that's the prevailing theme for most of these papers. First, let's look at this answer prediction incorporating aspects proposed in U18A. So review collection given a product category when existing QA not relevant to new question. And you need to provide subjective, these reviews provide subjective evaluation, and they also capture hidden semantic feature. Right? Question focus, just a minute. Question focus attends to patterns across answers and review sentences. As an example, car seat cover for pet. The keywords like coverage, back seat, and puppies. So related aspects like placement, installation, or cleanliness, health. So the question is, does this cover the entire back seat? I have two puppies and I need coverage for both of them. Predicted answer is yes. And how do we first identify and then rank relevant reviews? Then probably the user can get the answer from these reviews, or we can automatically extract them. So top ranked for each aspect. So that's some experimental results from this approach. Identify aspects for each category to which questions and reviews are relevant. Words which are semantically coherent. Extract these aspects automatically from review text. Generate aspect distributions so that you can create aspect specific question representation. The relevance function addresses latent aspects, enables explainable aspect aware response. Like some of the words like for hardware are charge, battery, maybe pack, plug, cable. For appearance, it's more like protect, cover, color, pocket, bulky. Software, it's like keyboard, picture, text, Android. For purchase, ship, service, order. For sound, it's like headset, ear, music, and Bluetooth. So what is the summary of opinion-based approach, the seminal one which we talked about here and the one which we didn't cover, which is Macaulay 16, addressing subjective product-related queries and review-aware answer prediction in U18A. Classification tasks to provide yes or no answers, identifying common opinion type towards question. The next is the ranking or retrieval-based approaches we talked about. In particular, U18B exploiting QA reviews for product question response. So here, what's the use case? Basically instant answer to questions newly posed by users, review snippets enabling automation, product specific collection as a small set of QA pairs, external knowledge or unneeded data available in CQA cannot be assumed, right? So the example is that Parrot MKI 9000 advanced Bluetooth hands-free kit for iPod. Specs are there, the question answers are there, and then there are certain reviews also. So leveraging existing QA and review collections both. Answer of semantically similar questions, review sentence with informative content. Both are used to predict these answers. Entity resolution, right? You can build a factual knowledge-based answer such questions are not feasible, containing all products in particular. Identification or matching also is not suitable. Many products have no proper names. Product distinct in even in same category. Similar question retrieval unlikely to be useful. Data sparsity hampers product-specific answer ranking. So Macaulay 16, they had relevance and prediction, but that doesn't consider latent aspects in category. So response review ranking. So you have a newly posed question like, does anyone know this card will work with to transfer photos by USB to Mac, or is it just PC? Thanks. The response snippet list. There is a more like a similar question. What do I need to get to transfer photos from phone to a Mac if this cable won't work? Answer is not quite sure, to be honest, but maybe if the phone supports like sending mails, then you can send your photos through email and download the photos onto your Mac. And then there are certain relevant review sentences. It would be nice if it could be used to transfer pictures. Read all descriptions carefully because some of the cables are USB charging cables. This is not a data cable. So some existing past approaches like QA LSTM, TAN16, CQA models limited by heterogeneity between answers and reviews, mixture of experts proposed by Macaulay 16, candidate answer come from existing QA pairs, super agent and Q16 without mutual coordination information sources like existing answers, prior questions and reviews. So no ground truth question-based reviews for training. Existing QA pairs enable snippet ranking. Retrieved review lists automate response. The next is the multitask attentive networks. So what's the use case here? Question topic omitted in answers. You're trying to identify the answers. Supervision on QA data are not advisable. Positive question review sentence pairs hard to find due to diverse question focus. So as an example, look at this Emerson EM510. How long does the battery last? It's more like this topic is omitted in answers, right? Whereas reviews, I work long hours and the battery lasts. So it has the question topic also. But the other challenge is, the question could have multiple foci, like what happens when a drone flies out of range of controller and how long does the battery last? So keyword mapping is not applicable. Expressions in reviews are context dependent. So how do you identify the answers despite all these challenges? So they have used attention. So this is a result from their qualitative experiments. Visualizing the attention. Not all words are equally important. Like course is more important than how many, and then maybe even more important than threads, right? The CPU speed like 7,500 U, whereas maybe the question like anyone have a problem with the phone not recognizing the new battery. So then in the answer, the keyword recognize is more important than switch and won't, right? And battery also is more important. It's color coded, dark red to light red. So attentive polling extracts salient patterns. Attention captures the question focus, one reflecting answer related keywords. Positive review sentences overlap with questions on aspect nouns, and then capture keywords other than those related to answer patterns. Next is DAS 19, that domain adaptation. So what is the use case here? Review sentence classification from well-matched reviews to good answers. Information transfer for specific question. The question is more like, since the hooks attach with Velcro, do they slide or do they stay in place? The review sentence, they are not stationary, always sliding around. Fit with 2002 Camry 2.4L, drop-in replacement, my Camry LE V6. Sentence, so prediction based on features that cannot be discriminated between source and target domains, eliminate influence of domain-specific content. Sentence pair data, question answer, and question review. Labeled answer sentences and unpaired reviews. So next is the answer content or quality diversity in XANG 20A. Answer quality varies even for objective questions. Necessitates ranking through community votes. Will these work with Android? So relevant review snippets and answers, right? You can see the wide range of difference. Like I have Samsung Galaxy Note 4. I really love these headphones. Totally worth what I paid for them. I use mine with an Android device and it still works great. In terms of answers, I have Samsung Note 5. The headphones cannot connect via Bluetooth, whereas the will, and despite what some had said, they will sound exactly as they do on an Apple device. These are the different answers. So answer selection reviews provide elaboration with respect to the ground truth answer. Answer selection retrieval-based QA system, negative samples randomly from the whole pool. So views answer ranking, semantic relevance with the question, content consistency among answers, headphone, example is headphone compared with the Android device, textual entailment with reviews, multiple semantic relations among text from diverse information sources, closely connected and modeled concurrently. So answer ranking, textual similarity between each answer pair helps verify reliability of each answer as peer review among the entire set. Right? Relevance between questions and reviews eliminates noise. So like, is it automatic shut off? A buzzer sounds to let you know the eggs are done. No, it beeps until you turn it off. So then the different ranking through different mechanisms is shown on the table. We'll talk about it on us in the right-hand side. Coherence between answer and common opinion accumulated to assist answer ranking. Textual answer features from questions attend to important relevant info, relevance of core semantic units. Interaction-based features aggregating relevance, similarity, and entailment. HCAP is for relevance. All answers topically relevant to question. Right? R1 is A3, actually rank 1, whereas in news, A1 is top rank. So you can see that that answer might correlate better with the reviews. PHP is more for entailment. Utilize answer and review similarity too. Example, egg cooker cannot turn off automatically. So you will see that you not only need to look at the consensus among answers, but also how they relate to the reviews. That's the novelty of this approach. So review guided helpful answer identification. So here, what's the use case? So there's a question, is it really glare free? So there are answers like, despite what others are saying here, 95% glare free. I have no, so reviews are like, there are answers like, that is the, I have no glare problem reading outside on a sunny day. And then no, the screen does not reflect glare. So these are more, how do you find which answers are more helpful? Most relevant items from a large candidate set. Answer quality varies, written by ordinary users instead of professionals. Conflicting answers for specific question. Upward sharing, similar views indicate product value. Language inference, knowledge from trained network. community votes, how many out of total users find content useful. So not only the topic is relevant, but also interaction between QA pairs is important. And also opinion coherence between answer and crowd reflection in reviews. So QA interaction highlights important semantic units, avoid distractions of irrelevant information. Will it work with a thin or somewhat thin case? A review snippet works well even with a thin case on. The co-charger works with the phone either bareback or in a case that has back. The answers are like I have an Nexus 7 second gen with a poetic case. And then the votes are like 3-3, whereas RAHP says helpful, and then eSIM says both are helpful, right? Review answer coherence, one review concerned with many product aspects to capture salient information from question. Inference knowledge transfer, lack of explicit signals recognizing patterns, utilize data sets with labels for prior knowledge, entailment, neutral, contradiction. Subjective QA hampers review discrimination to identify helpful answers. So eSIM in particular does not detect answers not helpful, it's topically relevant. RAHP, however, incorporates opinion from reviews to predict answer helpfulness. So basically, know the case unit is too big for any additional cases. I do not love the product though. I have two and I keep one on my desk, one on the nightstand. Probably that doesn't entail with the review. So RAHP calls it out as not helpful. So we did see multiple use cases and qualitative results also. Learning to rank is the method, and basically it helps rank the relevant questions and reviews, both in attentive network as well as the LTR approach. Whereas domain adaptation, leveraging commonality between good answer and review sentences, and then user written answers. How do you rank that list or predict helpfulness, either via semantic relations modeling or helpful answer identification. So those are the use cases and also qualitative results from experiments. Now in generation, review-driven answer generation. So what's the use case here? Questions cover many product aspects like hand controller, power adapter, as well as the product is an Nintendo Switch. Extracting sentences with relevant information. No styles restriction leads to improper syntax or punctuation. So that answer doesn't look high quality or professional. So natural, concise answers, not just relevant reviews. How good is the conversation signal quality? The conversation's quality is good. Old father feels especially. It's okay. The sound is very loud. The signal is good. Sentence extraction suffers from colloquial language. Model opinion information, subject, object, predicate. How about this product? Does it support automatic power off? Enough automatic power off, slow at heating. So heating and slow. No electric leakage. Complete answers to even complex questions, despite irrelevant information due to informal writing style. So that's the key. So basically, product-aware answer generation is an abstractive method, drawing from a vocabulary, not only fluent, but also consistent results. Extracting salient review parts, capturing relevant words given the question. Discriminated to distinguish consistency constraint if generated answer matches facts. Answer samples ground truth is positive, generated by fact decoder negative. So what are the reviews here? The quality of the cloths is very good because I'm thin. The S size is still quite fat for me. The clothes are beautiful in color, comfortable to wear, and the thread is a bit more. This dress is a pocket and is convenient and practical. So what are the various attributes? What's the question? I have been pregnant for more than 5 months. Can I wear it? The reference answer is you can wear it until your child is born. So the different methods, the kind of answers they generate. POG is the approach proposed in product aware answer generation. I can wear it, I'm pregnant. I can wear it, my pregnancy is 5 months. RAGF. S2SA is I can wear it, my son wore it when he was just 3 months old. So very clear PAAG provides better answers. So basically you can adopt sequence to sequence to generate fluent sentences, exploit attention and gait to capture relevant information, incorporate product attributes to extract helpful facts. So miscellaneous, right? Opinion aware answer generation. What is it that we are looking for? Subjective, positive, negative stance or feelings. Objective description, assessment, confirming actual product details. So the question is this really a good buy for cycling? Reference answer, yes, it is. It's pretty well padded. What are the relevant snippets? Comfortable seat, works well, mentioned to sister, wanting to buy a new one, suggested buying a gel cover. Cushion is high quality, very comfy, holds up even if it gets wet. Not perfect, could have used a bit more padding. The same way, another question, device play Blu-ray on PC. Yes, it comes with software to play. No complaints one way or the other. Device works as expected. View Blu-ray disc on a PC that didn't even have a device. I only used it on an XPMC and Win7 PC for movies, since I don't have a player for Mac. Again, it does not play this. So why did I just buy? So the approach, opinion based, yes. Answer is yes. Retrieval based, cushion is high quality and very comfy. No complaints one way or the other is a generation one. Generation based is more like I don't think so. I don't think it would be too big for cycling. I don't see why it wouldn't work with the Blu-ray player, but it does have an HDMI input. Opinion aware generation, yes, it's a very good seat. I've been using it for several months now and have not had any problems. So there is a gradation here, and it probably articulates the concept better. Obvious opinion polarity in reference answers. Gendered answers by rage miss opinion info. There's a comparison with peer techniques. Answers distinct in various opinion types. Meaningless neutral answers. I don't know, I'm not sure. Precise answers with opinions interacting with reviews, OAAG. Static fusion causes repetition during generation due to attention on most influential review. So there is still some room for improvement. Reference answer, yes, it does, yes, it is, yes, it will. Negative, no, not. Neutral, I am not. Hope that helps. Whereas OAG is a little, hope this helps. Had any problems. Does not. Static and dynamic, no, it will not fit a carry-on bag. I have not tried it on a bag yet, but I don't think it will fit a carry-on. Negative, I don't think it's too big on the back of the chair. I'm not sure if it's the same size as the carry-on. Reading reviews for answers, supportive review features, cosine similarity, Okapi, BM25, extracted by heuristic rules not adequate, bring in relevance in terms of implied aspects, review embeddings, help make correct decision, teach machines to generate or synthesize multiple question-aware review representations, not directly optimized by learning target, which is the incorrect answer. Does it have a reachable battery inside? Customers are chatting about this. All echoes are coded, not battery powered. Can I use Alexa to make phone calls through my iPhone? Does it do it some other way? Customers are, it will use your iPhone number as the caller ID, but the actual call is not utilizing cell phone in any way. So answer top ranked reviews for queries, Zhang 19. Match for subjective response, query with review, review with answer. If you take this as directed twice a day, how long does this size bottle last? About a month. I skip some doses, but my doctor retested. My iron levels increase after 3 months. Following directions of taking it twice a day, it may last a whole month. So another question, does this have a volume control? Answer, yes. Review remote on the card is really easy to use. Top button is volume up, bottom is volume down, and middle is play, pause, answer. Pairwise classification only for a given query. Neural models, sentence encoder, transformer, raw text as input without feature engineering. Ground truth answer and review sentence, relevant, helpful, more elaboration. not a ranking model for full probability distribution to a set of answers. Learn to score true answer higher than randomly selected non-answer. Extractive versus abstractive approaches, review snippets versus generation drawing from the vocabulary. Phrases with similar meaning. Will these gloves keep hands warm while driving in winter? No, these are not warm gloves, but they still take the edge off. Gripping an ice cold steering wheel. Surf fishing versus in the water. Sound clear to other callers, clear on both ends of the conversation. So given query, surface review with answers. Language mismatch between query and review, words with similar meaning. Lack of annotated query review pair with relevance marked. Training, classification, or ranking models becomes difficult. Labeled answers available from existing QA pairs, create vector representation with pre-trained embeddings, align paraphrases without overlapping keywords. So review helpfulness from Zhang 19 again. How many screen protectors come with this package? The review also a little concerned that there was only one screen protector in the package. Helpfulness score 2.85. What are the dimensions of the largest planter? The planters are a nice size for plants, score 1.56. So rank reviews based on how well they help find answers. Model relevance with bilinear function, given the sentence encoding. Compressed text representation, loose fine-grained token level analysis. Self-attention to assess similarity. Use set sub-word units like word pieces. So that's pretty much summary and overview of the various techniques we talked about. So, binary questions, yes, no answers. You use the reviews and then classify them and kind of rank them, or you can extract versus generate snippets, question answers, duplicate, similar questions. So you can use approaches like learning to rank, attentive networks, multitasking, semantic relations modeling, domain adaptation, product aware generation, opinion aware generation, comprehension kind of approaches. Thank you. Bye.